I love that sound. Okay, cheers. Hello, all my friends. Ashley Reeker here. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, I have an old friend here with me today, and I'm rather excited about it because we're drinking wine today. So, it's an official Wine Talk Wednesday with wine. I will admit I didn't pull out like all the stops. I have a couple of really good bottles that I'm saving for the holidays, and I just decided to go with an old friend. So this is Imagery. It's their cab, and Imagery is, I think, out of California. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's a Californian. So this is just a really, first of all, I just love the label on this wine. It's just beautiful. I bought one of these, it was one of their reds at a local wine shop, and the bottle itself, like just the labeling, just completely stood out to me. I was like, that's gorgeous. And I took it home and I drank it and I loved it. So this has become a really nice just table wine for me. So we're going to enjoy it today. All right, so welcome back. First of all, let's just cheers. That's delightful. This is good. I am celebrating, although I've already had my official like first glass of wine post sober October, but I did make it for 30 days completely alcohol free in October, and I'm super proud of myself. I feel great. I feel like my skin is better. Like, there are a lot of other things that I saw benefits from. I wasn't as tired. I've been able to develop a really good morning routine. I don't know if any of that attributes to giving up alcohol, but I'm very proud of myself. In the true spirit of things, last weekend, Adam and I celebrated our 7-year wedding anniversary, and it was an amazing, amazing time. I cannot believe it's been 7 years with that man. Like, I look back at our wedding video and I'm like, wow, we have come so far, and yet we have so much more ahead of us. But with that being said, I thought today I would sit down and talk about owning a business with your husband. So if you are someone that has considered owning a business with your significant other, or you currently do, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that I have learned that Adam and I have put in place for ourselves, benefits to owning a business with your significant other, roles and responsibilities, and then boundaries. So for those of you who don't know, my husband and I do own a business together. We formulated our LLC officially last year, and it has been quite a roller coaster for both of us. We have learned a ton along the way, but we always knew that we wanted to be in business together. We both grew up in an industry that we saw husband and wives building their businesses together and really just like united in what they were doing. And this isn't to rag on people who don't build a business with their significant other. I certainly think that you have to be the right blend of husband and wife and of partners in order to do it, because it's not for everyone. And I certainly don't want to get down on people for whatever their lifestyle is, but I have always felt very, very inclined to build a business with my husband because it's a legacy. It is something that we get to build together, which for me is one of the main benefits. One of the other benefits that I think in building a business with your significant other is you're not going separate ways all the time. So currently, wait for it. This is delightful. Currently, we both work full-time. I work full-time. My husband owns a company as a sole proprietorship. And every morning we wake up, we do our morning routines, we kiss each other goodbye, and we go separate ways all day. And I'm doing one thing. I'm basically working for the mission of the company that I'm with, and my husband is working for the mission of, the job that he's on. We come home, we do a quick digest of the day, and it's like all of these things that happen and people that we don't really know. And, like we each kind of give each other 5 minutes to do a quick rundown of things. And at the end of that, it's like, okay, we've spewed all that. Let's go, let's come together now and build our businesses. So something that I really value is being able to build something together. I see and have seen husband and wives who have grown apart over time, not because of jobs, but because they're going separate ways. And what I really dig about building a business with my husband is being able to be sold out to something together. This is something that we're building, that we both believe in and are sold out to. And there are so many other couples who do charitable work together, who, raise their children and have a lot of things that they share. This is just another thing that we get to share. And work is such a big part of a lot of people's lives. If you're blessed enough to not have to work, good on you. But for us, this is something that we get to build together over time. All right. So the next thing, let's talk about roles and responsibilities. I have had people who have asked me like, how do you do it? How do you own a business with your husband and vice versa? Like how I could never picture my wife and I owning a business together. How do you and Ashley do it? And I want to answer this, like roles and responsibilities are a super important thing. I talk about this at work, like being able to have a defined role and clear expectations of that role are really important to your success because you know what you need to measure up against and you know what you're being measured against. So for Adam and I coming into our business, it took us a while to hit our footing on what our roles were going to be. And sometimes we find that our roles flip-flop depending on the situation. By and large, in our business, Adam is typically the visionary. He's usually the one strategizing. He's the one thinking long-term, roadmap, kind of laying out that large vision. And I am the, so to speak, tactical, like let's bring it back to reality, figure out how, hey, we want to go from, point B is all the way out there. Let's back that thing up, start at point A and understand how we're going to get there. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't flip-flop roles. Sometimes Adam is very tactical and sometimes I'm very strategic, or sometimes we're both. Sometimes we're both tactical, sometimes we're both strategic. It really just depends. But for us, it was being able to figure out what we were both good at. And Adam is insanely talented and gifted at vision. He's really gifted at building relationships with people. It's something that I'm very gifted at as well. But in a different way. And in our business, we're interfacing with a lot of men. And so Adam has and does a really good job of speaking to a man's heart, where sometimes it's a little harder for me because let's be honest, I'm a middle-aged female. Like it's sometimes hard for me to relate to a single male. So something that we found is being able to flex. And oftentimes if we're working with another female in our business, like a female leader or something like that, it's usually me who's helping own that relationship. But for us, it's being able to navigate that and call it out and understand our strengths and our weaknesses. And believe me, we both have them when it comes down to making sure that our quarterlies are done, our QuickBooks are in line, our receipts and everything is there. That's me. That's this girl right here. If there's paperwork, it's this girl right here. If there's editing, it's this girl right here. But when it comes down to like, hey, we're going to get in front of a person or we are going to shoot a video and lay out some content, that is all Adam. And he is absolutely amazing at it. What I found though, early on in our marriage, in our business, was that I really tried to combat him on a lot of things. And it wasn't until we really started solidifying our roles and responsibilities within our business and what that meant for both of us that we started being able to live in our passion and stay in our lane. And like I said, there are many times where we may get into one another's lanes for a certain reason, for a certain time, but overarching, we kind of understand what each of us are responsible for, which makes our business so much easier and helps us be a well-oiled machine. The last piece that I want to share with you about owning a business with your spouse is being able to set boundaries. So understanding the benefits as well as clear roles and responsibilities, but setting boundaries for yourself is so important. I found, especially because we both still work full-time today, that our lives can tend to get overrun with all of the things, with everybody else's agenda, with the things that we need to do for our business, with what went on at work today and how, something went wrong in the contracting world, or I had a client thing that, imploded. It just gets really hard. And what we have found is by setting specific nights or days during our week that we can just be husband and wife. Like, we're not necessarily talking about business. We're not stressing out about the week. It just really, really helps us to come together. So something that we've set up is typically on Friday nights, we will spend an us night together. We will do a date night. We will put our phones away. We're typically not even talking about work or about business. And if it's about business, it's about the future. It's about what we're excited about. We're dreaming together. It's been something that has been really important for us. And what I have found as well is on our weekends when we can, Saturdays are usually a day that we reserve for ourselves. Whether we're spending time together, just relaxing, cuddling, whatever it is, we are taking time to rest and just rejuvenate ourselves. But come Sunday, we know that Sunday is the day that we begin to lock in. We start shooting content for our business. We're typically meeting with some of our stakeholders. We're setting up our schedule for the week. We just understand what our boundaries are. As well as during the week, I try to be, remember, tactical. I try to make sure that our schedules are set up for the week, that we know what is happening on certain days. We know what we need to accomplish, but it really allows for us to have those boundaries. There are also other times in our business where, let's be honest, you've had a long day. I have times where I have had a really long day. It's a culmination of work, of business, of working out, of being stressed out, of being sore and blah, you name it, right? And I look at Adam like, look, I just need you to be my husband. Or he'll say to me like, I just need you to be my wife right now, not my business partner, not, whatever. I need you to be my wife, or I need you to be my husband. And by just saying that, we recognize what the other person needs. We've been down that path where we've both kind of pushed each other past our limit, and it never pans out well. We always end up lashing out at one another, and nobody wants to do that because at the end of the day, like, this is your spouse. I love my husband, and when my head hits the pillow at the end of the night, I want to know that like he is by my side. I want him to know that I'm by his side. I'm his 100% partner, and I'm in this with him. Because when you own a business, it feels like a roller coaster. Some days are up, some days are down, and you really have to be able to navigate the waters together. So by us setting boundaries, and believe me, every single week, we learn something new about our boundaries. We learn what each other needs. And depending on the season that we're at in our life, it may be different things. So it's all about communication. We communicate the things that we need. So I have a long day and I'm like, look, I just need you to be my husband right now. Adam immediately knows that he needs to take off the CEO hat and be my husband at that point in time. It brings a new level of empathy and allows for me to sometimes just have a good cry, because let's be honest, sometimes a girl just needs to have a good cry and call it a day. With that being said, that encapsulates in Cliff's Notes owning a business with your significant other. If you're somebody that you're looking to do that and looking to build something with your spouse, with your husband, with your wife, I highly recommend it. If you enjoy being with them, let's face it, you picked them, they're gonna be with you for life. Like, build something great together. It has been an incredible learning experience for Adam and I. It has completely made us better friends, better lovers, better husband and wife, better friends, all of that. I'm so excited to be better parents and get to own a business together and get to see all of the amazing things that we're going to accomplish together. So that being said, happy Wine Talk Wednesday. It's great to have a glass of wine, be back, and we'll see you really soon. Bye, guys.